What is up, faithful? It is your boy Niner Sickness with another Niner Sickness podcast on this Saturday Eve before the great game tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, of course. Early game, Niners versus the Bears. Let's go right after this.
Roll up to the party, 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 roll up to the party.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is a few hours away before we go and defeat the Chicago Teddy Bears. I have a great guest with me tonight. A lot of you know this guest. He's been grinding. He's been hustling. He's been selling tamales at the corner. Just kidding. He's been working hard at his channel, man. We got to give this guy some love. But before we get started, we all know what we got to do. We got to make sure we wipe our feet. Wipe those stinky feet and smash that like button for your boy, Niner Sickness, because we don't want to smell the dirty feet. Let's wipe it. Let's wipe it. What's up, Mariah? How you doing, Mariah? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. We got Dustin W. Haynes in the channel. How you doing, brother? We got Moses Martinez in the house. D-Back Disciple. How you doing, sir? We got Brandon. How you doing, my friend? We got Robert Davis. Cuvo. What's up, homie? We got Javier Rios popping in saying hola. We got Dina Harvey, the Queen of Philadelphia. How you doing, girl? We got Scott Hill trickling in. What's up, Scott Hill? Welcome to the channel. We got Bobby Plays. Yo, what's up, my friend? Amin the Dream is in the house. With no further ado, let me go ahead and bring in my guest. A lot of you guys know him. He's a young kid, a young man that is working hard, grinding, building his channel. You guys know as Mr. KarKast. So let me bring him in. How you doing, KarKast?
Yo, what's up, Niner Sickness? I appreciate you for having me on, man. I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped to do this live stream. Football's finally back. Football's finally back, baby, until February. So I'm excited. I'm pumped. It's going to be a great time, and I'm pumped for the game tomorrow against the Bears because, hey, we're going to beat them, man. We're going to beat them. I'm really excited.
We sure are, man. Look who it is. My boy, my brother, my real brother right here, Eric Davis, one of the crew of our new show. And the Niner Sickness has a surprise. We're going to be starting a new show, kind of old but new. And my boy Eric is part of it. We'll give you guys further details as we develop it. But Eric, good to see you, my friend. We got Josh, the young hitter. How you doing, young daddy? How's the baby doing? This guy's had his first baby. He's a father now. Yep. He stepped up to the big leagues. Welcome to the channel, brother. I smell some barbecue bear meat. That's what I'm talking about, Robert. That's what I'm talking about. Kimberly is in the house. How you doing, Kimberly? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. Amin the Dream says, KarKast, Cuvo.
What's up, Amin? Appreciate you for tuning in, man.
Kimberly saying hi, KarKast. Everybody saying hi to the youngster. I love it. Are you excited? Man, I don't see it in you, man. I need to see a little bit more excitement.
I'm excited as hell, man. I can't wait, bro. I'm gonna be screaming on my TV tomorrow, man, all day. I'm super excited, man. I just want the Niners to beat the Bears because I think they have a real chance, man. I really do. And they got to take opportunity of it. So I'm excited, man. I'm really excited. Not only for 49er football, but for football in general, we watched the Bills just whoop the Rams yesterday in their own home stadium, Super Bowl champs, 31-10, a blowout, a lopsided game. Who knew Josh Allen and the Bills would come to town in LA in their stadium with that hype and just blow out the Rams, who have great talent, Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, a really good defense, you know, and new additions like Von Miller, 2 sacks that game, the Bills defense just dominated that entire Rams O line, that entire Rams offense. Like, you didn't see the Cooper Cup from last year, you didn't see the Matthew Stafford from last year, right? So that was a really excited game. Two really great teams. Like iron sharpens iron. So like that was a great game, man. That was a really great game.
It sure was, brother. It sure was, and I'm excited. We got the young Trey Lance versus the young Justin Fields, both quarterbacks taken in the same draft class, and the whole conversation. I don't know about here with the 49ers, but all I've been hearing on the side of the Bears is how Justin Fields has got passed up by the 49ers, right? How he's going to make the Niners pay for passing him up. Now, I don't know about you, KarKast, and you're a little youngster, so you might not remember this, and you might. But there's another quarterback. Now, this quarterback is really, really good. Back-to-back MVP quarterback the last 2 years. He was crying the same song. He was saying, I'm going to make the 49ers pay for passing me up. And that quarterback that I'm talking about, we all know, is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers got passed up, and which I believe it was a mistake, by the way. But they took Alex Smith instead of Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers has been talking about how the Niners were going to pay, how he's going to make the Niners pay. Well, he hasn't beaten the Niners in the playoffs at all. Every playoff game that Aaron Rodgers has faced the Niners have beat them.
Yeah, exactly.
So how did he make the Niners pay? So now I'm hearing this young quarterback and Justin Fields saying the same thing. I'm like, put your words where your mouth, put your action where your mouth is, and go out and do something, because Aaron Rodgers has not been able to do the same. And Aaron Rodgers is an MVP quarterback, and he can't even beat the Niners. What is Justin Fields going to do tomorrow against the Niners, man?
Exactly, yeah. It's funny, right? Because we were actually hoping for this matchup last year, the Trey Lance versus Justin Fields, but we decided to keep Jimmy Garoppolo. So I get it, but like saying, it was a bad idea and we're going to fall for his tricks, and we're going to regret passing on Justin Fields. Like, I don't believe in any of those reports, honestly, in my mind, Niner sickness. Like, I think Trey Lance, he's going to come out tomorrow. I don't think he's going to have to do great. I don't think the entire offense, he's going to have to carry that entire offense on his own shoulders. We got a lot of playmakers on the offense, and we got a really good defense to back it up too. We got a great run game. We got Eli Mitchell in the backfield. Trey Lance has the wheels. Brandon Ayuk on the outside. Deebo Samuel. George Kittle's questionable tomorrow with the groin. So there's a lot of talent and star power around Trey Lance to support him. So all the pressure, all the hype doesn't have to be on that one kid who's still young, who's still growing, who's still learning the speed of the NFL, because he's gonna have players around him that are gonna help him and that are gonna lead the 49ers to a win. It's not only gonna be Trey Lance. So that's just me.
Exactly. Give me 1 second. I just had to get rid of some negative energy out of this room. I'm sorry. No disrespect to Moses, but the guy just brings negative energy, so I can't have that in my channel. He's gone. Eric Davis says, biggest key will be that offense with Lance under helm. Yep,
I agree.
Yep. Sure is, Eric. Robert says, Beto, have you seen Rudy lately? Maybe he and the rest of the Lambs went hiding. Matter of fact, I went into his video the other day, and he was making all the excuses of why the Rams lost. It's just one game, and I'm like, it's not that you guys lost. It's how you lost to the Buffalo Bills that is concerning and alarming, in my opinion. But yeah, and Robert had asked a question about do you think that the Niners will have over or under 4 sacks? I say over. What's your thoughts, young man?
I think over too. I mean, look at our defensive line against that Bears O line. They don't have Jason Peters at left tackle anymore. They have Cody Whitehair as their left guard. I mean, who else can I name on their offensive line? Really, like they're not going to protect Justin Fields. Justin Fields is going to be running a lot. Probably going to get injured if he runs that much. I mean, the whole offense is just predicated on his legs and like one good wide receiver in Darnell Mooney. They got Velus Jones Jr. in the third round of this year's past draft. I mean, they have a lot of speed. They have a lot of deep threats that can go down the field and make those big plays. Justin Fields has the arm talent to throw it deep. But I think our defensive line, I think it's easily over 4 sacks in my mind. But the thing that I really need to stress out, and I can't say enough, is we got to contain the edges as a defensive line. You've seen in 2020, Eric Armstead, we moved him to edge rusher, because of the injuries and stuff, and that's not his primary position. He couldn't contain the edge. He, when he was rushing on the outside, he rushed too deep into the backfield, and with these mobile quarterbacks like a Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, they just snuck to the edge, to the boundaries. They have the legs. They just stretched and they just ran. Like, you have to contain the edges with these mobile quarterbacks or they're going to make you pay. And that's my one concern. But I think having guys like Nick Bosa, Samson Ebukam, Drake Jackson, I think they can contain the edge. We got a really good defensive line. We have really good depth. So for me, I think it's going to be over 4 sacks in my mind.
I agree. And then Marcus has a question. What's up, Marcus? Welcome to the channel. What will the weather be tomorrow? For what I've been reading, it's 90% chance of rain. So it's going to be a wet game tomorrow in Chicago, Marcus. It's going to be a run heavy. Both sides can run the ball very well. It's going to be a challenge of the inside D tackles who can stop the run better. We're going to get Javon Kinlaw right away to see what he can do right off the gate. It's going to be interesting to see what who runs the ball more. But Mike McGlinchey is coming back from an injury. One of his strengths is the run. One of his weaknesses is more the pass protect. Right now, one of my friends, OG Super Dave, mentioned the other day that this could be a blessing in disguise, that since it's going to be a raining day, it's going to be running the ball more. It might benefit us with McGlinchey because he's a better run than pass protector. So hopefully that pays off. But yeah, Marcus, 90% rain, brother. It's going to be a wet one. We're going to see Nick Bosa sliding again.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that Washington game back in 2019. Remember? Yeah.
Yeah, when he was sliding left and right.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Tony Smith says, "I have faith that the Niners will beat the Bears tomorrow." Absolutely. Now, we can never, ever, ever underestimate any team. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. But the Niners roster is just way too better than the Bears. And the Bears have a brand new head coach, and Matt. I can't. You know how to pronounce his last name? Eberflus or some. Anyway,
Matt Eberflus. I think. I might be wrong, but
so he's replacing Matt Nagy. But it's his first game of the season going against a vet like Kyle Shanahan. So coaching could be a big difference in this game. Now I understand players still need to execute to win games, but I think that of having a vet coach and Kyle might just be the thing that wins this game in a wet ball game. Now, normally, if it was a nice summer, nice beautiful weather, I think the Niners would just blow over the Bears because of the deep ball and everything we can do with Nash. But in a weather like this, it's going to be a closer game than a lot of people think.
Yep. And there are some things to be concerned about the wet and the rain, obviously, on the football field. You know, how the ball carriers carry the ball. There's going to be a lot of fumbles, I'm assuming. I hope not. Running backs have to secure onto the football properly without it getting punched out, or people are going to go fighting for the football. And also, I know Moses will have something to say on this, but how will the corners come up and tackle? It's going to be hard to grip with the gloves and stuff, come up and make the tackles. Um, yeah, it's going to be really slippery. You're going to lose grip, obviously. And I agree with you. I think it's going to be more of a run heavy game for the 49ers, even for the Chicago Bears as well. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard gripping the football and really launching it down the field. It's going to be hard for the wide receivers making contact with the ball and catching it and you know, going for more yak, with the slipping and stuff like that and with the turf. So I agree with you. 90% chance rain. So I think it's going to be closer than most people think. But we'll see how it turns out tomorrow. Anything can happen on any Sunday. So yeah.
Yeah, I got you. And my boy Eric says, I don't think we will send as much pressure as you think. We will play in coverage and force Fields to try to make plays. Look at the Niners' pressure rate with sending 3 to 4 versus the rest of the league. Yeah, very good point there, Eric. Very
I
good
agree. Yeah.
point.
Sending force.
Melissa, we got Melissa in the house. What's up, Melissa? That's my girl. Great girl. She was on my show yesterday. It really had her and OG Super Dave. They both honored me by coming on the show as you are doing today, my friend. What's up, Melissa? Welcome. We got Eric saying, okay, he's talking to Robert about the Bills. So let me ask you. Over or under? Over or under? Javon Kinlaw, 2 sacks.
Under. I mean, I've been saying this. Javon Kinlaw doesn't have to have a great game. Sickness. I mean, he's gonna have to have a solid game. He's gonna have to cause some duress for whoever the Bears center is and cause some pressure up the middle for Justin Fields. Justin Fields, he can move. He has the capability and ability to move out of the pocket, roll out, uh, make off schedule plays. Right. That's gonna be the thing. We'll see how Javon Kinlaw does coming off that injury. He's been on, I think, SF Niners channel, Brad's channel, and said, okay, it feels like I have a brand new knee right now, right? When he got his knee and stuff like that. So Javon Kinlaw doesn't have to have a great game. I'd be fine with him having 1 sack. Uh, if he forces Justin Fields and causes pressure up the middle and Justin Fields tries to roll out, you've got players like Nick Bosa, Samson Ebukam on the edges. So it's like this. I think Javon Kinlaw is like the plan A to causing destruction. Like, if he just gets pressure, the whole defensive line is going to come around him, and one person is going to get his arm on Justin Fields, and then Nick Bosa is going to come on and get the sack. It's like teamwork, like teamwork makes the dream work. So, like, if Javon Kinlaw just gets pressure and sickness, I've heard you say this multiple times, like, with defensive linemen, it doesn't matter who gets sacks. Players always look at the stat sheet and, oh, look at this player, he got this many sacks. So like, they consider this player the best player on the defense. It doesn't matter. Like, you've seen sometimes where Aaron Donald, he's considered, I mean, the best defensive people. Some people call him the best defensive player in the league. And the best defensive player in the league doesn't get uh, the most sacks out of his own defensive line. Sometimes it's Leonard Floyd. pressures really matter because pressures is what leads to the sack. Like you cannot get sacks without pressures. And Javon Kinlaw just gets, you know, 5, 6 pressures here and there, that can lead to some crucial sacks for the 49ers. So that's just me. So I'm going under here, sickness.
Under. Okay, I like it. I like it. And you're right. It's all about pressures. I mean, sacks are more for your fantasy football league fanatics. That those that
Yeah.
play fantasy football, you want sacks, you want stats. But a lot of those sacks are not for in real football. It's pressure. How much pressure can you put? How much havoc can you bring towards that quarterback? How much footsteps is that quarterback hearing by your pressure? Sometimes you can get to the quarterback, but if you get in his face, if you get in his head, you can make some damage there. So it's all about pressures, and I think Javon Kinlaw, although he will have his share of sacks this year because he's coming off now the surgery they had and that he cleaned up his knee. Now he feels like he has a brand new leg. He don't feel none of the pain. But Javon Kinlaw is a run stopper. He's great against the run. He stops the run. He was great in college, better than Buckner against the run. And that's what they need to utilize. He needs to demand double team. If he can get double teamed on him and stop that run, that allows Fred Warner, your boy, our middle linebacker, to eat. It allows him to go and do what Fred Warner does best. And not only that, but if he's able to double team, guess what? Here comes Nick Bosa. Here comes Eric Armstead. Here comes Sampson or Amenihue or Jackson or Hyder or Teray,
Yeah.
the plethora
Yeah.
of rotational defensive linemen on the opposite side of Bosa after the
Exactly.
quarterback. So Javon Kinlaw, all he has to do is do his job, stop the run, and demand those double teams. And occasionally, because Bosa is so good, that if they decide to double team Bosa, well, that guess what? Now Javon Kinlaw will have the opportunity to put pressure down the middle and get to the quarterback. So I agree.
Exactly.
I think in this game it'd probably be under 2 sacks, but I want to see how many pressures does he provide for the Niners. Another question:
Go for it.
Brandon Ayuk, over or under 130 yards, especially the weather that we're playing in.
I mean, under, yeah. I mean, see, like you mentioned before, if it was like a nice summer, hot day, I'm not saying he can't. People say, oh, Trey Lance, not enough experience, this and that, all this other crap. Like, 130 sound, for me, it always sounds like a lot, but it's really not. And I think Trey Lance, he has the arm. Like, you can go a full drive just passing it to Brandon Ayuk and get at least 60, 70 yards just to Ayuk and then continue on from there. But, like, some people are going to go say, oh, Trey Lance, oh, definitely, he can't get it to Brandon Ayuk for that many yards. Like, you have to realize this offense is predicated from yards after catch as well. You've seen Debo, you've seen George Kittle. You catch like a 15-yard dig route and take it for another 20 yards. That's what players on this offense do. On this offense do, sickness. That's what they do. So it doesn't just need to be straight up Patrick Mahomes to like. Not Pat. That's not a good analogy, but it doesn't. I can't think of any, but like it's gonna be under. You know, the weather's gonna be a factor. There's gonna be a lot of drop balls. You know, the ball's not always gonna be coming out as a perfect spiral from Trey Lance's hands. You know, there's gonna be somewhat of a wobble. Um, Maybe wind could factor in it as well. So yeah, I'm going under on this one.
Under? Okay.
Yep,
Okay. All right. Robert says under Kinlaw needs to demand double teams and plug up the
I agree.
middle. Any sacks from him are extra. There you go, Robert. We're all on the same page. Absolutely. Especially in this weather. Now that the Bears are going to run the ball more as well because of the weather, that's when he needs to anchor down. And he has the body. They had a picture of him walking without a shirt. and this guy looks like a beast, like a freaking robot, cyber walking down the field. Man, the
Yeah,
guy's
it's
he's
on that.
huge. Let's see here. We got Eric says expect more from Armstead having the D line full strength. And you're right, Eric, because one thing we know in 2019, which is one of the best years that Eric Armstead had, I think he had like 10 sacks, if not more. Um, it was when we had DeForest Buckner at his best, Bosa, we had D Ford. So whenever you have a supporting cast around on that D line doing their job, it just elevates Armstead's play. Armstead is solid, even when there's no help in the D line. He's just solid. But when there's help, Eric Armstead just transforms into a better player and produces more. So that's a very
Yeah.
good point, Eric. Very good point. Eric
Yep.
says, I'd rather have picks from hurries. Yeah. That's another thing. When you bring pressure, CarKast, and the quarterback has to throw the ball quicker than what he anticipates to do so, that's when errors come in. This is when your boy Mooney, a.k.a. Charvarius Ward, will get an interception. Emmanuel Mosley, our newest inside corner in Womack, which I love Samuel Womack III. This kid is going to be exciting to watch. These guys are going to
Yep.
eat because of the pressure. So that's a very good point, Eric. Grit, how you
Exactly.
doing, sir? Welcome. Forced turnovers, absolutely. And then Melissa says, pressure also throws quarterback off and get out of their game and keep them from abiding time and someone to get open. Yeah. And one thing that, and I want to get your thought on this CarKast from Melissa's point is, listen,
For sure.
the defense had 48 sacks last year. Okay. And I believe 40 of them, it was from the front for only. They brought pressure and got to the quarterback with lousy corner help last year. We had Josh Norman. Oh my God. We had the other idiot, Patrick something, that came in off the couch to help us. We had all these crap out there, and yet the D line was able to still be a force to be reckoned with. Now imagine this with me, CarKast. You got Mooney, Emmanuel Mosley, Womack. You got Hufanga and Jimmy Ward when he comes back from injury, defending the backfield. People do not give, in my opinion, Mooney the credit that he deserves. I think he's so underrated. He's a great man corner. He presses. He's with the receiver. And I think that now that we can press and play man, because we played a lot of zone. Now that we can play man, guess what? Quarterbacks are going to hold the ball longer, like Melissa said. And that means pressure is coming. You know that movie, Games of Thrones? Winter's coming. Well, the 49ers D-line is coming. So with the quarterback holding on to the ball longer than they have to because of our better secondary, now imagine how many sacks that D-line is going to have, CarKast.
Yep. I agree. Yep. And that's the thing. I agree with what you said, Sickness. Like, we could rush for and get enough pressure, and that just shows how much success we have in our secondary, right? With these young guys like Samuel Womack in the slot corner position. On the outside, Charvarius Ward, Emmanuel Mosley, two very good, I would call very underrated corners in the NFL who don't get enough credit, right? And people say Jalen Ramsey, Jair Alexander, all these really top-rated corners, but I think these guys are solid. They can really lock down these number one wide receivers like a Darnell Mooney, like a third-round draft pick, Velus Jones Jr., a really speedy wide receiver that can be Justin Fields' sweet spot deep down the field, right? And then they've got a tight end in Cole Kmet, and then they got another wide receiver, N'Keal Harry. I think we have the corners to match up against these wide receivers. I don't think they're the best wide receivers. I mean, they have Darnell Mooney and some They have some okay wide receivers. I mean, we'll see how Velus Jones turns out. He's still a rookie. Then they have N'Keal Harry, who just came from the Patriots. Didn't do much with Mac Jones. Didn't really have much of a talented offense over there. So we'll see how Justin Fields does, man. He's probably gonna have to use his legs a lot. The rainy day could really have an.
Oh, did I lose him? Oh, I lost him. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. Boo. Boo. He's not flinching. He's not flinching. I guess he'll be back. I'll be back. He'll be back. As soon as he gets back, he'll come back in real quick and then I'll bring him back on. Sorry about that, guys. What is going on? Jag, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the channel, my friend. Good to see you. Welcome to the channel. Peter, we got Peter from Niner Fanatic Podcast in the house. How you doing, Peter? How you doing, my friend? How you doing? One of my co-hosts on The Last Man Standing is in the house. Yes. Get him, boy. Comic art. I love it. And I love it that he makes it available for all of us to use. At first I was kind of like, copyright. Is it copyright? You know what I mean? But he allows it. And a fault of my own that people that know me closely know that I forget about everything. I'm always forgetting to give him credit. And that's one thing I want to do. So I'm going to develop a lower third that I can just pop up on the screen every time I use his background. But yes, Melissa, thank you for reminding me. Get him, boy, comic art. I love it, man. This guy's the best. He is the best. I love his work. And I love it that he makes it available for all of us to use. We got Dina saying, hi, hello, Melissa. Beto, we just have to execute. No dumb penalties. Yeah. And that might be a little bit hard to do because we're playing in this type of weather. We are playing with a rookie right guard and a second year, but really rookie left guard and Banks and Spencer. We'll see how it goes. But you're right. The least amount of penalties team will pull out this win. Davis says, hi, Bet on KarKast. What's up, Mr. McNew? KarKast should be back. He's having some problems. Hopefully he can get back in. It's probably his internet. Hopefully he can come back in soon. Melissa says, what's up, Dina? Let's see here. All right, let me go through some of these real quick. Mariah, how you doing, Mariah? We got Mariah from 49 Faithfully. Welcome to the channel. Let's see if he's popping in now. He's having some issue. There he is. All right, he looks like he's good to go. Let me see if I can bring him back. Hold on, guys. Are you back, my friend?
I'm back. My computer died, actually. Yeah, that's how I was trying to look to charge it. That's my fault. My computer died.
No worries. I hope you don't mind, but I was making a little bit of fun of your the way you looked when you left. You were like,
yeah. It just froze on me, so I'm like, oh god, yeah, okay, my computer died. I need to get it charged up. So
no worries, bro. It happens to all of us, bro. It happens to all of us. Do not worry about it. I took over a little bit. I knew you would be back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. The boy of the hour, the man himself, the myth, the legend, the youngster. KarKast is back. We're good to go. Look who it is. Look who's visiting. Oh my goodness. By the time I got to this comment, he's probably already gone. I'm so behind in comments, but my boy, my brother from another mother, a big Vikings fan. This guy
Yep.
loves his Vikings, man. He loves Kirk Cousins. No, he doesn't. I love giving him a hard time. Welcome. He says, Melissa's correct. You want to make these opposing quarterbacks uncomfortable. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you. And good luck with your Vikings. Beat those Packers, man. Please. Beat those Packers.
Yeah,
I'm
at home
tired of
too.
seeing the
Yeah.
Packers.
No Devontae Adams. I think you guys got this. I
Yeah. Who's Aaron gonna throw? I mean, Aaron's still
mean,
Aaron. You know that I took Aaron in my fantasy football, and
you did.
I decided to cut him, and I picked up Trey Lance instead.
Wow.
So I dropped Aaron Rodgers for Trey Lance, but my number one quarterback is Lamar Jackson though. So I have Lamar Jackson that I
Good.
can play with. But
Yeah.
as my backup, I chose to drop Aaron Rodgers, and people are like, "You dropped Aaron Rodgers for Trey Lance?" I'm like, Aaron Rodgers is good, but who's he going to throw to?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like they get these big name guys, but look at your team. I mean, look at their offensive weapons. Like he's Aaron Rodgers, but who's he going to throw to? He can't run the ball at least to save his life. And then he has no wide receivers or any offensive weapons. I mean, he has Robert Tunyon, who's a good tight end, but like, I mean, he's got some other good guys. Randall Cobb, I guess, but we'll see how he does without Devontae Adams, his number one wide receiver. I actually have Josh Allen and Matthew Stafford, who just screwed up my fantasy team with like 10 points from yesterday's game. He like bullshitted that for me, so that sucks.
Dang. Yeah, I took. You think which player was that again?
Yeah, I have Josh Allen and Matthew Stafford. I'm
Matthew
actually in four
Stafford.
leagues.
Listen, I have Cam Akers, and I chose to play Cam Akers over Brandon Ayuk in my okay, and I don't know how Brandon Ayuk's going to do tomorrow, but Akers, you know how many
Yeah.
points Akers gave me?
No.
Zero.
I mean,
He had
I was
3
thinking
attempts for zero rushes, bro.
yeah. I was actually thinking I think like an hour before the game proposing a trade to someone to get Cam Akers because I'm like, hey, this guy is good, man. This guy's really good. But like
And he
look how
will
the
be.
Rams did.
He will. I don't
Yeah.
expect him to have bad games like he did on Thursday, but
Yeah.
yesterday was terrible. And then Robinson, who they brought in as a free agent, didn't do crap either. So,
Didn't do it, yeah.
but
Exactly.
against that defense, I mean, how much can you
It's
do?
hard.
So
Exactly, yeah.
listen, I made a little rant on my YouTube channel about the Rams and Bills game. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But
Yeah.
I said on there that Matthew Stafford and that offensive line gave up 7. I mean, not Matthew Stafford, but the offensive line gave up 7 sacks on Matthew Stafford. They couldn't protect. This is against Von Miller. Now, credit. Von Miller is a great pass rusher, but he's up there in age. Okay, he's getting older. Okay, but they were able to get to Matthew Stafford and rush and sack him for 7 times. Now, they did it. The Bills did it only with their front 4. No blitzes. What's going to happen, KarKast, week 4, when Matthew Stafford in that same sorry O-line faces Nick Bosa, Javon Kinlaw, Eric Armstead, and a plethora of fresh legs defensive ends coming on the other side. If they could not contain Von Miller, one guy, okay, what are they going to do to contain Javon Kinlaw? I mean, and Nick Bosa.
Nothing.
Oh my
Nothing.
goodness!
Nothing. And then who they got in the back? Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw blitzing from the gaps. Like, you can't do nothing about that, Mr. Matthew Stafford. Who you got? Cup, and that's about it?
Yeah. I'm telling you, that offensive line is struggled really bad, really bad to stop protect. And the Bills are a great team as a whole. Okay, top to bottom.
There.
Okay, I'm not going to argue that. But if you're going to ask me who has the better D lineman, it's the Niners. It's the Niners. I don't care, and I can argue with anybody on that. So if Rams could not protect from this D line, how are they going to protect from us? My goodness, the Rams are going to struggle mightily, and you know it is one game, but they struggle, man. So, oh, that's you right there.
Exactly. And Jalen Ramsey couldn't do absolute crap against Stephon Diggs. Oh my
He
god,
got burned, bro. He got
burned.
cooked
He got cooked that day.
Diggs.
Oh my, I was surprised. God damn.
Yeah. Do you see that pass that
That was embarrassing.
you see that pass where he lofted over his head and he let him go by? In credit to Ramsey, he thought he had safety help, but
Yeah.
when you're a top paid corner, even though you think you have safety help, you still gotta be able to change
You gotta
really
know your
quick.
assignments.
Yeah,
You gotta
exactly,
know your
bro.
assignments. You're a top corner in the NFL. You gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah. What's up, Rick Diaz? Welcome to the channel, my friend. Everybody,
Oh,
if
man.
you haven't done so already, please do me a favor and smash that like and hit that like button for your boy Niners sickness. Real quick, for those that are watching right now with me, do me a favor. I started a TikTok channel, and I'm learning the TikTok thing. But I started the TikTok. Go follow your boy Niner Sickness at TikTok. It's at Niner Sickness Podcast. At Niner Sickness Podcast. Give me a follow. I'm gonna make some rant. I'm gonna do rant videos on there. I'm gonna make a complete fool out of myself on those videos. So if you want to get a good laugh, follow me on TikTok at Niner Sickness Podcast. I would appreciate the love. David Menuzes Beto says Rudy already starting with his excuses. Super Bowl hangover and full effect. One and done. I love it, Robert. I love it. Jason's in the house. What's up, Jason? Welcome to the channel, my friend. Hey, y'all. Going to the game tomorrow. Hey, enjoy the game. Wow.
Yeah.
Right on. And make sure you wear something to keep you nice and warm because it's going to be wet and ugly out there. Rick says the Niners got to do it. It's protect the ball and no penalties. Absolutely.
Yeah, no penalties is what I wanted to add. Yeah, the penalties are going to be hard to come by.
And Robert's talking facts here. KarKast is the young goat.
Hey, you're too nice, man.
Speak those facts, brother. Speak those facts. He is absolutely right. I am hoping for a good and productive run from our special team. Thank you for bringing up. You know what? Dina Harvey, I call her the Queen of Philadelphia. She brings up a great point. One of the areas that we lacked in last year was our special teams. And we were better than the Packers by a little small margin in order to beat them in the playoffs, right? But we were able to bring George Odom. We were able to bring Ray McLeod. We were able to bring Burke, the linebacker from Green Bay, to help that special team, especially in this type of weather. And I heard today that we brought two guys from the practice squad, Malik Turner.
Tashawn Gibson and Malik Turner.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Malik Turner, you know why they brought him up, right? Not for receiving help. That guy is a gunner. Great. He's a gunner in special teams. That guy, he reminded me of Spillman. For a lot of you, I don't know if you remember Spillman, youngster, you're kind of young, but this kid, the minute the receiving team received the ball, he was right in your face, ready to hit you. And this is what Malik Turner reminds me of. Oh, my boy says, I am still here. Well, thank you for enjoying the live with me, brother. Melissa says, like having KarKast on Let's Go. Showing you some love, brother.
Thanks for the love and support, Melissa.
So, let me ask you.
Yep.
Let me ask you. Which quarterback, and try not to be biased on this, just based on the offense and the scheme, which quarterback you think will have the first rushing touchdown? Is it going to be Trey Lance or is it going to be Justin Fields?
I want to go Justin Fields, but there is a sneaky little chance that Trey Lance could also do his thing, but I'm going to go with the safer option. And, I mean, it's hard. I mean, I just go with Justin Fields for now. I mean, like, I'm not saying Trey Lance can't, but it's going to be a rainy day. I don't think there's going to be much much passes. I think it's more running the ball, more ground and pound running the ball down the Bears' throats. But uh, I mean, Trey Lance primarily he's not a run first quarterback. Beto, he's not the Lamar Jacksons. He's not the Kyler Murray. He looks to throw the ball first. He's not a run first quarterback,
That's
and I've been
correct.
saying that for months now since we drafted him. Justin Fields actually runs the ball more, and he's less of an accurate passer in my mind than Trey Lance. He looks to run the ball first, from what I've seen, but I could be wrong. But I think Justin Fields is gonna have the first rushing touchdown. You see what he did with his legs. I think last year in Week 3 at Soldier Field, that insane athleticism on that one touchdown run. I don't know if you remember, but that was like the fourth quarter. Like he absolutely juked down Nick Bosa, made him slide, and then like he turned it all the way around the corner and ran it in for like he made the entire Niners defense look like a fool on that one play. Like his his athleticism, his skill, it's just on another level. Like this might this might be a little stupid of me to say, but Justin Fields might be the most athletic player on the football field. And I'm not gonna lie to you in front of your face. Like he might be like it's hard to say as a Niner fan, right? But you've seen Justin. That man is fast. He's quick. He's sneaky. Like he can dodge you. Like he has the speed. He's big too. Like he can truck you. Like he's like a Josh Allen. Like he has a physicality. He's fast, man. He's like really shifty too for a big guy. Man, I think Justin Fields gonna have the first rushing touchdown. I don't think we should underestimate his athleticism though. Like
And that's fair. That is very fair.
yeah.
You're absolutely right. Real quick, I just want to make a comment to Rick Diaz. He says, I had a friend of mine that had hit on his cousin play for the Niners. His name is Barbara. I think he meant Baba Paris. Numbers big boy 77 left. Was it right tackle for the 49ers? Uh, Basically play both sides. I have a little story about Mr. Bubba Paris that I would like to share. In '97, I met him. I remember in August at a Walmart. He was doing autographs. You know, he's already retired. He's doing autographs on the side. I met him. We took a picture. And he called me little fellow because he was taller than me, but I was wider than him. So he thought it was funny. So he called me little fellow. And we talked for a minute. And a few months later, I suffered my accident. A lot of people knew that I was paralyzed from my waist down. I was in the hospital, paraplegic, and I was in the hospital for 3 months. And my wife went to get some stuff at Walmart for me, you know, to bring some stuff at me that I need at the hospital. And I guess she ran into him, and she told him, "Hey, you know, my husband, who's a big Niner fan, he suffered an accident. Now he's paralyzed, and he's at the hospital, Kaiser, you know, in Santa Clara." Blah blah blah. And about a day or two later, guess who shows up in my room? Bubba Paris.
Yeah.
He comes
Wow.
he comes to visit me. The guy didn't. Doing autographs at Walmart and taking pictures is one thing. Going to visit me at the hospital on his own time. If I love this guy as a player, I love him more as a human being. In a time where I was devastated, in a time where my life has just changed completely from being a person that can be able to walk to now being told by my doctor that I will never walk again. It was a life-changing moment for me, and for him to walk in and bring a smile on my face, and he hanged out with me for about 2.5 hours to almost 3 hours, and we just talk and reminisce, and if one of my friends just came in, and he gave me his number. Now I've never really we didn't really keep in touch, and I was going through a lot of things, and I'm pretty sure he changed it. And I lost it anyway, but I wanted to bring that up. This guy Bubba Paris is an amazing human being, man. So sorry for going off topic, but when I read that, it brought memories, and I just wanted to give Bubba Paris kudos. This guy, not only a great player on the football field, but a great human being. Again, he didn't have to do that. Who am I? I mean, I'm just a Niner fan, but let's be real. Who am I to him? And for him to take his time and then to hang out with me for almost 3 hours. You know what I mean?
That's it's really
That was
kind, man.
awesome.
Yeah, that warms my heart, man. That's
Yeah,
some great stuff, man. That
yeah,
really is.
yeah. He was a cool guy. Tony says pressure is going to be the key. If the Niners can keep pressure on the Bears and stop their run game, that will be the ticket. Stop them. It's a right moment, and don't let him advance. Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
stop him. You're right.
they have a solid running back in David Montgomery. I've talked about him here and there. He's a good pickup in fantasy, but like he's not going to do absolute crap against the Niners defense.
Absolutely. No worries, Melissa. If you don't have TikTok, I mean, I'm just putting it out there. Those that have TikTok, you guys can follow me. If you don't have it, don't worry. You guys can follow me on you guys already follow me on YouTube. You can follow me on Facebook under Niner Sickness. You can follow me on Twitter if you have Twitter under Niner Sickness. So and IG under Niner Sickness. So no worries there, Melissa. But thank you. Eric says gonna jet out. Later, guys. Let's get the W. All right, Eric. Thank you for stopping by, brother.
Thanks
I know
for
you have
tuning in, man.
I know you have a busy schedule. Thank you for stopping by. We got Reese in the house. What's up, my brother? Lance Design. How you doing, sir? Melissa says Trey Lance. I don't have the Bears getting 20 TD 21-9. There are 3 field goals for the Bears. God, I'm losing my reading here. So she's claiming it's going to be 21-9. Therefore, no touchdown. So, no touchdown, no rushing touchdown for Fields. But I do agree with you in a sense that if it had to be either Trey or Justin Fields, I could see Justin Fields as well because he is more of a mobile quarterback than Trey. I've been saying it as well, youngster, that Trey is not your typical runner. He's a mobile quarterback that is able to extend plays with his legs if need to be. If coverages break down and the receiver is not open, he can extend the play with his legs. But one thing that I love about Trey, that he loves to step up the pocket. He steps up into the pocket. And I love that. I love that because
Yeah,
that allows allows the receivers to open up. Jimmy didn't do that. Jimmy always stepped back, and the pass rushers will come from the side and sack him, or he'll run into a pass rusher. Stepping into the pocket is the best thing to do, and that's one thing I love about Trey. So you're right. He's a mobile quarterback that is able to move with his feet to extend plays, but he's not a running quarterback that's thinking running first. So there, I agree
yeah,
with you 100%.
yeah.
McClinchy was a full go in practice all week. He and Greenlaw will play. That's good news.
That's good
Very,
news. Yeah,
very good news.
this is a test for McGlynn Chi. I think it's Robert Quinn. I think their best edge rusher on that side. He's gonna have some competition tomorrow. Beto, we'll see how he does.
Clownman says, Sickness, I got the patch. Thank you. You are welcome, my friend. Thank you for putting up with my delay a little bit. I give up patch. I try to slow down because my wife gets mad at me. She's like, if you're going to be giving away stuff, you need to send them out right away. And it's like, I keep forgetting to send it out, man. It's just, this is the life of being retired. Because when I was working, I was always, had a schedule. I always had priorities. And I do things like, okay, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this during the week. Since I retired, it's kind of like, whatever, I just, and I got to step up on that. So I'm glad you got it, Clown Man. Thank you for, I don't know how long it took me to send it to you, but I'm glad you got it, my friend. And thank you for stopping by tonight. So as we come almost to a close, let me ask you something, youngster. What do you want to see? What do you want to see in this game tomorrow happen? Besides the W, of course.
Two second-year quarterbacks going against each other. What we wanted to see last year, right? Two rookies, Trey Lance versus Justin Fields. I want to see the secondary, and I want to see the safeties. With Jimmy Ward out, that's the thing. With Jimmy Ward out, I want to see how the safeties will perform tomorrow, right? Jaquaski, is still on the streets. We don't have him, so it's probably going to be Tashawn Gibson, who we activated just today, a couple hours ago. Now he's on the 53-man roster, as well as Malik Turner. But is it going to be Tashawn Gibson? Talanoa Hufanga, a really good strong safety, can come up and blitz a few times if D'Amico schemes that up for him specifically. Samuel Womack, that's the one guy I want to see in the secondary really perform. I love Samuel Womack. A young guy can develop into being that really, really improved slot corner. More of that underrated slot corners in the NFL. Yeah, but I want to see that entire defense, against that Bears O-line. We'll see how that Bears O-line, stands up to the challenge, right? Because I do not think highly of their O-line, Beto. And you could have a different change on that. But honestly, I think their O-line is going to get run over. I don't want Justin Fields to torch us with his ability to run on the edge to the boundaries. He's got the deep threat in Darnell Mooney, right? But also, going back to the safeties, I mean, we got Tashawn Gibson. That's a guy I'm really high on. Has made it to the Pro Bowl multiple times. Was a former Chicago Bear. He's a veteran, has experience, Beto, so we'll see how he does. I like the young kid, Talanoa Hufanga. But let's switch it up. Everyone's been talking about the defense, right, going against the Bears O-line and their offense. But let's look at the 49ers O-line and the Bears defensive line, right? People don't talk about that much because obviously our defensive line is stronger than their O-line. And that's our strength, right? But we have to look at the other way in reverse psychology. And, what is better? Is it the Bears defensive line or the 49ers offensive line? That's a question, right? That's a big question. I think the Bears got a defensive tackle like Eddie Goldman, Aquadine Muhammad. They've got some players, man. They've got some players. And that one guy, Robert Quinn. I forget what edge rusher is he. If he's gonna land up on Trent Williams' side, I don't give a damn because Trent Williams, big silverback, best offensive lineman in the league. You could say that.
He only gave up one pressure last year to Robert Quinn. Only one pressure. That's it. Just want to.
That's going to be a piece of cake. I mean, we got him. Mike McGlinchey, I want to see how he does. You mentioned it's going to be a rainy game, more of a running game for the 49ers. So I think that will be his cup of tea, right? Mike McGlinchey. So the thing is, center. Jake Brendel, veteran, knows the scheme, knows the playbook. We'll see. We'll honestly see. I don't want him to get bulldozed over the middle. Keep a clean pocket in front of Trey Lance to step into if pressure does arise. So, I mean, I'm going to ask you this. Do you think that the Bears defensive line is better? Do you think they stack up better on the 49ers O-line? Who do you think is going to have the better game? The O-line of the 49ers or the Bears defensive line? Because that's going to be a fun matchup to see.
Well, good question. Both offensive line has new players coming in. The Bears, they let go of Peter, trying to think, Jason Peters, which he's now with the Cowboys. Cowboys picked him up. He's an all-pro left tackle that was with the Eagles for so many years. They let him go. They have a rookie at left tackle, protecting the blind side of their quarterback. We got a stud protecting the blind side of our quarterback. So let's see. Robert Quinn, who is not as good as Bosa, is going against the silverback. You got Nick Bosa going against the rookie left tackle of the Bears. So that offensive line of the Bears is much worse. Or even if they're a little bit worse than ours because we have the silverback, but our D-line is much better than the Bears. So the Bears will bring some pressure, yes, but the Niners are going to bring that much more pressure against the Bears offensive line. Therefore, I believe that Justin Fields will be running for his life much more than Trey. Not only that, but Kyle Shanahan is going to scheme like he always does to play for the strength of that offensive line. the way he schemes that offensive line, KarKast, it's to benefit these young players. It's going to benefit Spencer Burford. It's going to benefit. And now, keep in mind, we're running, okay? Guess who's a good run guard? Spencer Burford. You got the big body of Aaron Banks. We're going to be running the ball a lot, meaning we don't have to worry about protecting our quarterback in the pass protect because we're not going to pass as much as we're going to run. So this is definitely going to help our offensive line week 1 tomorrow against the Bears, in my opinion. So to answer your question, sorry that I went long-winded.
You're fine.
The Niners defense will destroy the Bears offense way before you see the Bears defense destroy ours.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, speaking of the run game, yeah, I think it's going to more go in the way of our strengths and running the ball. So I agree with you.
So let me read a couple more comments, and we're going to go ahead and call it a evening. It's been fun, bro, having you on here. So before I let you go, give me your game prediction.
Damn. Okay.
And as you're thinking, everybody in the comments, slap those predictions in the comments. Let me see them in the comments. I want to see everybody's game prediction. Who's going to win and by how much? Put them in the comments. Go ahead, youngster.
Yep. Man, I want to go 3 touch. I mean, no, I think we can do it. I think it's going to be 3 touchdowns and a field goal for the Niners. So I think like a 23, maybe. I think a 23-10. Let's go 21-10 to be safe with the rainy
Niners.
day. Yeah, to be safe with the rainy day and stuff. Like, it's.
I like it. David Menees says Silverback will own Robert Quinn. Nick Bosa will live in the Bears backfield rent free. I love it. I love David McNew. That's right, brother. That is right. Thank you, Josh, for that. So 21-10 Niners victory. I love it. We got Mariah coming in at 31-10 Niners. Love it.
I could see that.
We got Reese coming at 7-13 Niners. With that weather, I can see that. We got 27-17 Niners by Josh, the young hitter, coming in. We got Dina Harvey, 24-10 Niners win. We got Robert Davis says 28-13 late garbage TD. That's a very good point, Robert. Very good point. That garbage TD could come into play. Melissa says 21-9, which you mentioned earlier. That's correct. She's doubling down on her prediction. We got Corey Davis. Oh, by the way, I didn't see Corey Davis. What's up, Corey, my brother from another mother? I'm going to say this until I get tired of saying it, until God brings healing into your body, Corey. Let's everybody gather our energy, our prayers, our thoughts, our love towards Corey Davis. Please send in his way. Many of you know, many of you don't. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer, stage 4. And he needs a healing. He needs a healing. He needs God's hand to touch him. So please send your prayers. If you are a God-fearing woman or man, please send prayers. If not, at least send your positive energy his way. Let's show my boy Corey some love. He says 28-17 Niners. Now, we have 95, 27-13 Niners. What's up, my brother? Welcome to the channel, by the way. We got Jag saying 27-17 Niners. If a lot of rain, 20-10. Oh, I love it. Backing it up. We got Robert Fletcher in the house. How you doing, Robert? Welcome to the channel, my friend. He has 17-3 Niners. I love it. Just giving one field goal. All right, guys. So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you so much, guys, for popping in. Thank you once again for my guest, KarKast. Go make sure to follow him at YouTube under KarKast. Type in KarKast. It'll come up his channel. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Great guy. He brings great content. Let's show this young man some love and some support. Everyone, once again, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. God bless you all. Stay strong. And definitely enjoy the game tomorrow. It's going to be fun.
Sure.
It's going to be early. If you're not in the East Coast, it's going to be early. It's 10 o'clock
10
for
a.m.
us in the West Coast. So for you, you're in the East Coast, right?
Yeah, so 1 o'clock for me.
Yeah, 1 o'clock. 10 o'clock for me. So for those in the West Coast, let's wake up, have our coffee, and enjoy the game. All right, KarKast, once again, thank you for being part of the channel, my friend. Thank you for stopping
Thanks
by.
for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
You are an awesome, awesome guest. Everyone that came on, again, before I go, I just want to let you guys know nothing's possible without you guys. I want to give kudos always to the people and let me go ahead and just give you a hand applause, because without the viewers, KarKast, this channel wouldn't be anything. They take their time, which is important to them, to hang out with us for an hour. That is amazing. You guys are amazing. Everyone's amazing. God bless everyone. See you guys on the next show. Peace.